Alright, so now let's solve this exercise together. So first of all, what we want to do is to create a grade variable, so int grade. So just to remind you, what we want to do is that we simply want to write a program that will read different grades one after the other until the user inserts a valid grade, which should be between less greater than 0, greater or equals to 0, and of course less than or equals to 100. So until the user will not insert this grade, we will ask him to try again. All right, so here we actually can use this approach. So printf enter a grade between 0 to 100, between 0 to 100. And we will ask the user to insert a grade. Now we are going to read it using the scanf function, %d, and place it inside of the grade variable. And now we are going to use, of course, the while loop to check if the grade that was inserted is correct. If not, we are going to ask for a new grade over and over again until it's going to be correct. So use the while and specify in the while loop the condition, and the condition in such a case will be as long as grade is less than 0, or logical or, if as long as grade is greater than 100. So as long as one of these condition, either one of them is happens to be true, we are going to execute this loop. And in this loop, we are going to use the same lines as we've used before the while loop. So just copy and paste that and use it like this. All right, so printf, enter a grade between 0 to 100, read this grade until the user will insert the correct grade, and once we are done out of this loop, we are going to print a corresponding message and something like that. Thanks, you have inserted a legit grade of %d and \n at the end. We are just going to specify the grade that the user inserted between 0 to 100. So basically this program will work, and let's try to build and run it. So let's say we are going to give it like -5. So it will still ask us to insert another grade, let's say 1000. No, here you can see in the prompt that it asks us to enter a grade between 0 to 100. So if you want to make it correct, you should insert a grade between this range. So in this range, so let's try 90, and we are getting a message, thanks, you've inserted a legit grade of 90. All right, so that works, but the only thing that has not been done in this exercise is the usage of do-while loops. And why would we like to use here do-while loops? Because we have a code duplication. You can see basically that these two lines are repeated here in this loop body. So in this type of questions, in this type of cases, we are going to use the do-while, as we've just explained in the previous video. So we are just going to copy this while and the condition, put it inside after the curly brackets. That's how you use the do-while loops. And here we are going to specify the do. What we want to do, we want to run this loop body as long as this condition happens to be true. So now, of course, we can remove these two lines. We've eliminated the code duplication, and we know that for the first time we are going to enter the first iteration of this loop body. We are going to execute these two lines regardless of the result of this condition, and afterwards we are going to insert it just like we've done previously. So just let's build and run it to make sure. -5, it asks us once again 107 again, and if you use 50, then thanks, you've inserted the legit grade of 50. And there you go, guys. Basically, this program works. We used here do-while loops instead of while loops. We explained why would prefer one thing over the other. And I think we are done with this video.